This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning. A massive fire destroying homes in Bimini. 5 families displaced. Launch a program to promote safer roads. And in business, we're talking safety with Pavement Contractors Association and their Safe Lives Fall Protection Certification course. We'll get all the details. That's all straight ahead this morning on Dwight Strachan Morning Blend.
It's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Thursday, July 9th, 2026. Happy Independence Eve here in the Bahamas. Once again, on in a moment, Laverne Gardner will be joining us. It's all straight ahead this morning. But first, it's today's breaking news from while you're sleeping and the top national and this morning. In the overnight, a fire on Bimini razing 5 buildings before it was brought under control, leaving 5 families displaced, frustrated over continued lack of adequate fire services on the island. As winds threatened to further spread the flames, community members worked to fight the fire yesterday, creating a line to the sea and using buckets to get water. They responded to the blaze on Kings Highway in Baileytown shortly after 6 a.m. The cause of the fire was not yet determined, and there were no injuries, but the incident deeply impacted the tiny community in the Northwest Bahamas. Bimini and Barry Islands MP Randy Roll was on the ground yesterday in Bimini. Said officials were conducting preliminary assessments. Asked about concerns over the lack of sufficient fire services on the island, Roll said the matter is complicated by Bimini's narrow roads. The Ministry of Transport, Road Traffic Department, and the Royal Bahamas Police Force joining forces to promote safer roads through the launch of the One Life, Too Many road safety campaign. The initiative aims to encourage responsible driving, greater awareness, and compliance with the rules of the road in an effort to help reduce traffic-related deaths across the country. The campaign launched after the tragic deaths of 5 young people who were involved in a car accident on Shirley Street just a couple of weeks ago. Minister of Transport said that no one deserves to receive that call. Officials say there were 65 traffic fatalities in 2025 and 66 in the previous year. So far this year, 42 fatalities have been recorded and over 6,000 road accidents. Lundy says community support is essential. The man accused of killing trade unionist Perry Cox, stealing his belongings and setting his home ablaze, has been charged in court. Garden Hills resident 25-year-old Anton Roll appeared before acting Chief Magistrate Ancella Evans, charged with murder, arson, and stealing. Authorities responded to the house fire at Lee Street in Nassau Village on June 17th. After putting out the flames, they found Perry Cox's body inside with stab wounds. Prosecutors alleged Roll killed Cox and started the fire. They also alleged that he stole Cox's gold Lexus, valued at $10,000, his blue iPhone 12, and a Nintendo Switch that belongs to Christoph Williams. Roll was not required to enter pleas to the charges when he appeared before acting Chief Magistrate Ancella Evans. He was denied bail, and the court matter was adjourned to October 22nd for the presentation of a voluntary bill of indictment. A woman who recorded herself performing a sex act on a 4-year-old boy in Abaco has been jailed for 5 years. Jessica Bobo was arrested and charged after a recording of her vile behavior on social media in January 2025. The 21-year-old Bobo pleaded guilty to charges of unlawful sexual intercourse and production of child pornography when she appeared before Justice Petra Hannah Adderley in Grand Bahama. In accordance with the plea agreement, years on the sex charge and 4 years in child pornography. The sentences will be served at the same time. And a former prison officer is no longer facing a murder charge. Prosecutors formally ended the case against Desmond Gilbert with the presentation of a nolle prosequi when he appeared before Justice Wilhelmina Archer Mins for the start of his trial. Gilbert was charged with the fatal shooting of Valentino McKenzie on October 21, 2023. McKenzie was ambushed and shot to death while outside a home on 1st Street in Coconut Grove. Gilbert is serving a 2-year sentence for gun possession. Overseas, an Iranian official accusing the United States of conducting an airstrike near a nuclear power plant today, something not immediately acknowledged by American officials. The state-run IRNA news agency quoted a local official as accusing the U.S. of striking near Iran's Seoul nuclear power plant. He said the strike came around noon, hours after the U.S. military's Central Command said it had ended its strikes on Iran, not immediately respond to requests for comment. During the Iran war, several strikes hit the area around the plant, which is managed by Russian technicians, but caused no damage to the plant itself. Ukrainian drones today hitting more Russian oil facilities and set 2 oil tankers ablaze in the Sea of Azov, a day after U.S. President Donald Trump pledged to grant Ukraine a license to manufacture the Patriot air defense systems. Ukraine's strikes on oil refineries and other infrastructure across Russia has triggered a widespread fuel crisis, with gasoline shortages and fuel rationing reported in multiple regions and drivers waiting for hours to fill their tanks. The acting governor of Russia's western Tver region said a Ukrainian drone strike triggered a fire at an oil depot. In another southern region, the governor said oil reserves had been set ablaze. The reservoir has been set ablaze by Ukrainian drones. Authorities ordered the evacuation of residents of several apartment buildings near the facility as the fire expanded. Authorities in southern China are saying today that 39 people died in flooding after a tropical storm dumped heavy rainfall as the country's east coast and Taiwan prepared for a typhoon expected to make landfall in the coming days. Most of the deaths were near Hangzhou, where the partial collapse of a reservoir dam sent into the city and claimed 26 lives. 9 people remained missing in the broader region around the area. The tropical storm brought record rainfall starting Saturday, breaching reservoirs and stranding people for days in homes and other buildings. The previously announced death toll on Tuesday was 6 people. A second storm, Typhoon Bavi, was at sea on a northwest track that would take it over some remote Japanese islands and then just north of Taiwan before making landfall in China's Fujian or Zhejiang province Saturday. Fishing boats could be tightly packed at ports in northern Taiwan in anticipation of heavy rain hitting the island of 23 million people. And new suspected cases of Ebola have been reported in parts of Congo that were previously unaffected. Government says the death toll in the country's latest 600. The Congolese government's latest report, published late Wednesday, said 2 new cases were suspected, where cases had not been previously reported. The total number of confirmed cases across the country has now reached 1,759. According to the report, one of the 2 suspected cases was linked to the Nia Health Zone in Ituri province, where the first cases were reported, while the other case has no apparent geographical connection to known outbreaks. Authorities are said to be investigating. And heavy police deployments in the capitals of Kenya and Tanzania, suppressing plant. In Kenya, the day July 7th, commemorating the 1990 struggle for multi-party democracy. In Tanzania, it marked the founding of what became the ruling party 72 years ago. Tanzania's protests were meant to call for democratic reform following the disputed October election of the opposition leader, who was jailed on treason charges.
This is Sports Update.
In sports, the Bahamas' senior women's national basketball team completing its final practice before final roster cuts last night at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. The team now has 1 goal on its agenda to qualify for the 2027 FIBA Women's America in El Salvador, but it will first need to take care of business at the 2026 FIBA Women's America Central Basket Qualifiers, scheduled for July 12th through 18th in Nicaragua. The national team, led by Grand Bahamian head coach Coach Yo McEwen, engaging in twice-a-day training sessions at the gym, hoping to fine-tune and iron out the kinks. Following last night's practice rest session, the current head coach of the University of Mississippi Lady Rebels, speaking about what she's seen during training camp. You can read all about that in today's Guardian Sports section. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for your first look at weather. Your first look at weather brought to you by Star General Insurance made simple. And we've got a heat advisory in effect for the northern and northwest Bahamas today. Residents are asked to remain hydrated, wear protective clothing, and limit outdoor activities during peak sunshine hours. We also have a dust advisory for all of the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands. And a gale watch is in effect for waters south of Inagua, while it remains in effect for the southeast Bahamas today. Occasional gusts to gale force are likely south of Inagua, with gale force or near gale force wind gusts expected across the southeastern islands through tonight. Boaters, especially small craft operators, are advised to seek safe harbor and remain in port. So, we're dealing with the northern edge of a tropical wave interacting with a mid to upper level disturbance. That's going to increase the potential for some isolated showers and thunderstorms for the southeast and central Bahamas this morning. as the system continues to move westwards. However, Saharan dust lingering across the country could help to limit rainfall. The wave will continue westward through the day, reaching the northwest and northern Bahamas by late afternoon, and by this evening, where spotty isolated showers are possible. Breezes will remain gentle to moderate in the northern and northwest Bahamas, while fresh to strong breezes will continue for the central and southeast Bahamas, with stronger gusts across the southeastern islands. Again, a gale watch and a near gale warning for that part of the country. For today, swimmers and beachgoers in the southeast along the water due to the high risk of rip currents and rough surf, and there's a moderate risk in effect for the central Bahamas. And as a result of all this, motorists and pedestrians across southeast Bahamas are advised to exercise caution along coastal roadways, especially eastern and southern coastal roadways and shorelines, as overtopping waves and sea possible during high tide. As for today, most areas looking at partly sunny and hazy conditions today, becoming mostly fair tonight for the extreme northern islands and the northwest Bahamas, with about a but for the central Bahamas, becoming a mix of sun and clouds by this afternoon, and variably cloudy by tonight. Your 10% chance of showers this morning will increase to about a 10 to 30% chance of showers and isolated thunderstorms by this afternoon. And the southeast Bahamas looking at partly cloudy conditions today, becoming variably cloudy tonight, with a 20 to 30% chance of showers tonight through tomorrow. For boaters, winds southeast to south at 10 knots or less this morning for the extreme northern islands, becoming east to southeast at 10 knots, falling light and variable at times by this afternoon. East to southeast at 10 to 15 knots with occasional higher gusts for the northwest Bahamas, including New Providence. East to southeast at 15 to 20 knots with higher gusts for the central islands, and east to southeast at 15 to 25 knots with gusts to near gale for the southeastern islands. Temperatures today, a hot one in store for the northern half of the country. Again, a heat advisory in effect. We're looking at highs around 93 Fahrenheit, 34 Celsius. The heat index will make it feel like it's closer to 108 Fahrenheit, 42 Celsius. And overnight lows now getting down to about 82 Fahrenheit, 27 Celsius. For the central islands, highs around 91 Fahrenheit. Southeast Bahamas looking at highs around 91 Fahrenheit as well, 33 Celsius. The heat index will still be a factor, making it feel like it's 104 Fahrenheit, 40 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to around 80, 81 Fahrenheit, 27 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have your extended outlook for your holiday weekend and a look at the tropics coming up in just a bit.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start?
It is time for a break, but when we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9, your home for fresh news and smart talk all day.
Wake up, it's a new day.
At RBC, we think it's your ideas that build a life. And to keep an idea moving forward, you need a little help. That's why with the loan from RBC, there are no upfront bank fees. And with up to 100% financing, up to 10 years to repay and competitive rates and terms, there's never been a better time to start the conversation. Let's talk loans. Visit rbc.com/loans today. Your idea of getting there happens here. Conditions apply, subject to normal lending criteria.
Get ready to experience the sights, sounds, and flavors of Bahamian culture with the return of Gombe Summer Festival across the islands of the Bahamas. Follow Tourism Today Bahamas for festival dates and the latest updates. The road to Gombe starts now.
Yes, we go and go. Yes, we go and go. Come, let's spend that day. Everybody say, we go and go, babe. Come, let's go, babe.
Southwest Plaza has so many stores, I've been trying to find a sensible way to list them all. There's CBS Bahamas, the Ashai Institute, BENC Snack World, Bamboo Shack Bahamas, BDC, Games and More, John Bull Fine Threads, Alive, Bahari, Dairy Queen, 700 Wines and Spirits, Sandy's, Clarkson Island Luck, Starbucks and Lowe's Pharmacy, plus Marco's Pizza and Lorraine. Southwest Plaza, what a wide array of stores. Southwest Plaza, stop by today and explore.
Wake up, it's a new day.
Looking to elevate your gadget game, or are tech troubles simply slowing you down? Escape to a world of innovation at Custom Computers, your go-to store for the latest cutting-edge tech. Whether you need to upgrade your life with the best from Apple and Windows, or your device needs a little TLC, the Custom Computers Know-How Store is the destination for unbeatable expertise and quality repairs. With 2 convenient locations, there's a Custom Computer, Patton Street in Palmdale and Caves Village, or call 396-1100.
Progressive Jackpot is on fire at Everybody Wins Live. First, a player won over $20,000 in cash. Then, another player took home over $30,000. That's more than 50 things already. Now, the jackpot has reset and is growing again. With a minimum $10 bet, you could be eligible for the next big win. Lottery, casino, and sportsbook. Only at Everybody Wins Live, where winnings live.
Mic drop.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you. Every day in a busy world, we have to do so much. Bank with CIBC and get that personal touch. Share your ambitions, let us help your dreams come true. At CIBC, you're at the heart of all we do. We're on your side, we're listening, we know the way you feel. CIBC, ambitions made real.
Cool. I just paid my insurance premium online.
That is cool. But how about an insurance portal that does that and more? NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers gives you access to a full-service insurance portal where you can get an instant quote, renew, pay, and manage your documents. All fully online. With NUA, you have so much more than just a payment portal. You have a complete insurance portal. Start now with an instant quote at nuainsurance.com.
Wendy's has brand new chicken tenders, and they're everything you've been craving. Crispy, juicy, and seasoned just right. These tenders bring the flavor from the very first bite. Dip 'em, dunk 'em, love 'em. With sauces like sweet chili, scorching hot, ranch, honey barbecue, honey mustard, and Wendy's signature sauce. Grab them as a kid's meal. Enjoy them on their own, or make it a combo that hits the spot every time. For tenders you're gonna know by name, it's gotta be Wendy's.
Put more money back in your pocket with the Fidelity Debt Consolidation Loan. Why pay more when you can pay less? That's down to one low, easy payment. Apply for a Fidelity Debt Consolidation Loan today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
The Progressive Jackpot is on fire at Everybody Wins Live. First, a player won over $20,000 in cash. Then, another player took home over $30,000 in cash. That's more than $50,000 in jackpot winnings already. Now, the jackpot has reset and is growing again. With a minimum $10 bet, you could be eligible for the next big win. Lottery, casino, and sportsbook. Only at Everybody Wins Live, where winnings live.
Mic drop.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app. Nassau, Bahamas.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new
And we're back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We're streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/MorningBlend969. Text us 422-4796, 422-GR96 on the Guardian Radio text line, powered by BTC. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. Joining me now, Laverne Gardner. Good morning.
Good morning, Dwight, and good morning to our listeners.
Hope you're doing well.
Yeah,
You had an interesting night.
I had an interesting night. I continue to have an interesting morning. I have no internet, no cable.
Now, is that is it just you, or is it something going on with the company?
It's not just me.
Not
It's
just you.
Not just me. Yeah.
Outage yesterday.
Yes.
Is it
I don't know if this is because of the power outage. I'm not sure.
Wow. So that means everything's off. TV as well, or is it just...
Yeah, TV, internet. I am currently using my data to log into Morning Blend.
Oh,
yeah.
My goodness gracious. Well, we appreciate you greatly for that. Well, you
Such
should...
is life. These things happen, I guess.
Which company is this? I think it's fine.
Cable Bahamas, Red.
So, and as far as you know, it's widespread in Grand Bahama, or is it just your neighborhood?
It's widespread because once the power was restored, and I realized that the cable wasn't loading, I called, and as soon as you call, the announcement was that they are experiencing an outage in central Grand Bahama.
Oh boy, that is rough. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear. Hopefully it gets resolved soon. Any idea what caused the outage, the power outage yesterday?
No, the young lady at Grand Bahama Power was unable to say what caused the outage and when power would be restored.
Oh boy. And how long
But she did take my name and number, and she said that she would give me a call once the power has been restored. I still await the call.
I mean, you would know when it was restored. But okay. How long was it out?
When I returned home, I went out after 7, and when I returned home, because it simply was just too hot. Typically if the power goes out, I try to just for a while, but there was no breeze.
Yeah.
And I could not battle mosquitoes anymore. They were winning the battle. And so I waved my white flag and left. So we returned home shortly after 10, and the power was on when we returned. But I suspect that it only come on shortly because when I was communicating with someone else in the area, that was after 9, and the power was still off at that time.
My goodness. Well, this is something else. We, Bahamians, we are at war with electricity companies and mosquitoes, it seems.
Yes.
It's an ongoing, years-long battle. And yeah, you're right. Sometimes you have to wonder who's winning. But okay, we hope it's resolved before you run out of data there. And we appreciate
Well,
you.
I'm sure if I run out of data, that Guardian will, of course, provide me with some sort of compensation. I'm confident about that. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Which company
so
your data plan is with?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, same company.
Okay.
That's me.
Well, they should at
Dwight,
least be giving you something, right?
something.
You would think.
Right. But Dwight, before we go on with today's show, I wanted to extend my condolences to the family of Mafro.
Yeah.
I heard yesterday that he passed, and you confirmed that for me. And I just wanted to extend my condolences. While I never met him personally, he was always very kind, very complimentary, very welcoming to me on the radio. If the few times that I would be in Nassau, he would always be excited, welcome me to New Providence and all of that stuff. And so I just wanted to extend my
He
condolences.
was a big fan of yours, it seems. Always very happy
yes,
when you were
yes.
on. Yeah, I was still shocked about that from hearing the news yesterday. And we've posted something on our social media and finally learned his full name, Reno Roll.
Okay.
Irv Reno, better known as Muff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, may he rest in peace. All right. So coming up on today's show, we've got a lot to talk about in the news, but later in business, we're going to be talking with the Bahamian Contractors Association. We know this has been a challenge this year. The last few months, we've had quite a few industrial accidents, and they're putting on a Safety Saves Lives Fall Protection Certification course. And we'll get details about that and let you know how you can be a part of that. That's coming up in business. But right now, let's get into what else is in the news. And in the news, just the hits just keep on coming. Bimini, this massive fire in Bimini, destroying many structures, and 5 families now displaced as a result of this blaze. I'm sure the images, the pictures of how massive this blaze was. And,
yes, I did.
And a lot of people are talking about this. That image of the residents in Bimini forming there's a name for it. Is it a fire chain? I don't know. But they had to get water from the sea. And so there was a long line of them with the buckets, getting the water out of the ocean and passing it along to fight the fire because of the lack of fire equipment on many of our family islands. For more on what happened yesterday, take a listen to this report. We've got this report from our Vonnie Katut.
Police are investigating the cause of a major fire in Baileytown, Bimini that has affected at least 4 homes. According to police, shortly after 6 a.m., officers were alerted to the fire and responded to the scene. Upon arrival, officers discovered a 2-story structure housing 4 residences fully engulfed in flames. With the assistance of volunteers, the fire was eventually brought under control. However, the structure sustained extensive damage. The cause of the fire is unknown. The Nassau Guardian spoke with Bimini resident Vincent Ellis, who says they believe the fire started downstairs in the building.
6 buildings going on, 2, 4, 6.
All right. You said you all believe the fire started downstairs in one of the buildings?
Downstairs in one of the buildings, yes.
He noted that wind was a factor in the spread of the blaze.
Fire truck came afterwards. We had fire truck help from Bimini Bay and help from South Bimini. They came in later after a lot of it already. Fire was too far to do it by hand. You know?
Was the wind a big factor? Yeah,
a big factor in it. Matter of fact, that's what caused 6 to go in, because it's going straight from the bottom, from the east to the west.
Bonefish guide and restaurant operator on the island, Ebenezer David, says it is a disgrace that residents were forced to use buckets of water to help extinguish the blaze.
Well, honey, the response the community, they got to use buckets and all that stuff, and Bimini Bay Resort Well has a little pump there to go. Then they had to go to South Bimini to get the fire truck, which in the last 2 flowers, just 2 days ago, 2-3 days ago, we had another fire. Had to empty with a bucket at the Center Resort World. And I think that's a disgrace for the money that Bimini turns over. To this country, for not having the right fire engine and the right men here in place to fight these fires.
Acting Prime Minister Chester Cooper and Minister of Social Services Barbara Cartwright traveled to the island today to meet with affected residents, assess the situation firsthand, and support ongoing response efforts. We also spoke with Member of Parliament for the island, Randy Roll, who assisted in firefighting efforts.
We did an assessment. They looked at the site. They met with Chief Superintendent Murphy and Administrator Eva Chiasa. And then they met with all of the affected
Says he has directed that every available government resource be mobilized to support those affected. Reporting for the Guardian News Network.
Yeah. Frustrating, you can imagine. Government officials met with residents apparently later yesterday, and many voicing their concerns. Some speaking to the Nassau Guardian. One resident telling the Nassau Guardian, quote, "We're frustrated that it's been this way for years. It's been years of this. This is not something that just came about yesterday. This isn't our first time going through this. We've been through it over and over." She called for more resources in North Bimini for future fires, saying, quote, "If not a fire truck, we need some sort of water pumps or something that can assist." Now, Prime Minister Philip Davis, in a statement on X, formerly Twitter, said he directed that every available government resource be mobilized to support those affected. He said he and his wife, Anne, were praying who's lost a home or been displaced, saying, quote, "We will continue to stand with the people of Bimini and provide every support necessary as recovery begins." F&M candidate Carlton Boleg, who was a previous MP, says that he's deeply saddened by the fire. And F&M leader Michael Pintard said he was thinking of Biminites, saying, quote, "I can only imagine what families are feeling, seeing what took years to build disappear in hours." Okay, let's get your reaction to this. This story just is being repeated every year across our country.
What are we supposed to say about this, Dwight? I don't know. I can't remember the exact year it was, but Bimini experienced a terrible fire before.
Mm-hmm.
What has been put in place? You have directed that every resources be, except for a fire truck. Also, the story before, when you were doing the news soundbite, it said that the complicated because of the narrow roads in Bimini.
Right.
Here's my response to this. Rapid response pickup truck, 4x4 with 100 to 300 gallon water tank. A utility terrain vehicle fire unit. A mini fire truck. A trailer mounted fire pump and water tank. These are all things that other smaller islands, not in the Bahamas though,
of course,
but in different parts of the world, that they use because the roads are narrow. Mm-hmm. I'm not a fire expert, and I was able to Google and see what would be the best type of fire, truck fire, whatever, to use on a small island with narrow roads. And these pop up. Google didn't say to me that nothing has been invented yet. Pray, we're working on it. Our hearts go out to the people.
Oh, wow.
I was able to give me some things, some vehicles that can be used. Mm-hmm. So if I can do that, don't say to me that it's complicated. And while I love to see the people in Bimini pull together and work together, this is madness that in 2026, they have to form a chain with buckets. And there was a news story, where one lady was saying the member of parliament was right there assisting too. Really? We're getting excited about that? These are the things that are important. These are the things that should matter to citizens of this country, especially during election time when people are coming and they want you to vote and they want you to support, and you there with the sound bites and the partying and having a good time. And months outside of that, you still do not have a vehicle, something to put out a fire, to help extinguish a fire. This is madness to me. Are we not tired in this country?
Wow. Well said, Laverne. This is frustrating for us to be talking about this again and again and again, right? And I don't even think New Providence is prepared, as we've seen over and over. We are in a bad way when it comes to this. The phone lines are all lit up. I know people have a lot to say. Let's get to, and again, you can call in when they're free. 323-6232, 325-4316. 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 4226. And call in toll-free. Maybe you're in Bimini. Call us toll-free, 242-300-5720. Caller, good morning. You're live on the air.
Good morning, Dwight. Good morning, Laverne.
Hi, good morning.
I think Laverne summed up everything that any and every one of us will talk about this morning. This is a vexing matter that's been going on for quite some time over successive administrations. I believe that every island that has an active runway, an airport, should have a water truck available. Heaven forbids aircraft come down and it busts into fire. What are we going to tell these people? And because the airports then would have the water trucks and the fire equipment, for a small island such as Bimini, that also would have given some type of active support. If there is the absence of such equipment on these islands. And these islands have been screaming for quite some time for ambulatory and fire rescue equipment for quite some time. But we can find the monies to fly all over the place. We can find all these monies to do all these other things. But the things that the citizenry, the taxpayers, have been asking successive governments to provide to these islands have been, it's like you're talking to a ward. It takes a tragedy for you to become proactive now to talk about these things, to put these things, and then when things calm down, it goes back to the same old. No, man, we as Bahamians, we are paying our tax dollars. We are not getting hardly any true benefit from the taxes. It becomes now that we have to demand that these infrastructure be put in place for the protection of family property and family members in general. That's all I'm going to say. But like I said, Laverne, he has said a mouthful this morning. I don't think there's anything else that needs to be added to what she has commented to already. Yeah. Thanks for taking my call this morning.
Thanks a lot. Great points, Jeff. But just for clarity's sake, so this happened on North Bimini. The airstrip is on South Bimini. So I agree with you, definitely, but there's no airstrip on North Bimini. You have to go to South and then catch a ferry to North. This was in Baileytown.
Okay.
In North.
So even more so, they need to have what? Some sort of fire prevention, some sort of fire extinguishing system, Dwight? Well,
both islands. Oh. Both would need it. Yeah, absolutely. And more people live on North Bimini. So, right. It's more likely that there would be a fire there. But both islands will need it. And yeah. Caller, good morning. You're on
these things happen and go ahead.
Yeah. You're on the air, caller. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Dwight.
Hi.
And good morning.
Good morning.
Like Jeff said, Laverne, you summed up everything, man, because Dwight, we talking about this for decades. I mean, sorry, for over a decade on your radio show, right? And it's really citizen abuse because, if you can build a whole facility, negotiate to foreigners to build a whole facility, right? And nobody saw the wisdom to say, you know what? Let's put in a ambulance and a fire engine, right? And include that in the negotiation of this resort, right? So that at least we sure that we have some type of help or care for our citizens. But Bimini being a small place and it obviously separated from North, the sort of never been there, right? But if the majority of the people are living in the North, right, shouldn't they be the people them being protected by the fire engine because they the actual in the election? The fire engine is being housed in South Bimini. It's there to protect to foreign investment in Bimini. And this would we continue to get inside our country. It seems like Bimini has no worth or no value, only on election day. And maybe we could blame the former, former administration who probably might have dropped the ball in this, right? Because at the end of the day, we need serious family. Like you said, Dwight, every facet of this nation could fall in the same position of a Bimini on fire because it can happen in Grand Bamba, it can happen in Nassau, anywhere in this country. It can happen because there isn't no or sufficient emergency apparatus nowhere in this country because our leaders they're not interested in that, and they're showing us that. You get the whole airport in Cat Island and a whole new airport inside Inagua, and ain't nobody saw the necessity of including an ambulance and a fire engine in those facilities. So all of our leaders are only fluff. They only do things to get elected. And then I'm going on this right now, Dwight. If I just mistreat you, right, and you still treating me like I don't mistreat you, Dwight, why would I change what I'm doing to you? Have a nice day.
Interesting. Thank you very much. Before we get to this call, just a couple of messages here. This person says they're projecting a surplus of over $230 million, but not one fire engine on some of these islands. We are very unserious. Boy, Bimini experienced this same type of fire a few years ago under this administration. What have they done? Same administration, same PM, same deputy.
This is what I'm saying. Flying in and looking at the damage and people in Bimini, and I'm going to say that don't accept that. You're just coming there to survey the damage and to say our hearts, prayers, and sorrows, and still years later there is no resolution when there can be, when this isn't something that is so difficult. What I know about this country is the things that we deem important done, they get done. With the stroke of a pen, with the bat of an eye. It gets done. It gets pushed through the halls of Parliament. There's bombing on the table. It goes to the Senate, and it is done. Islands need some way to extinguish fires. This has to be important, and not important for the tourists, important for Bahamians.
Wow. Let's take these calls. Caller, good morning. You're live. Hi, good morning. Hi, are you there? Yes, good morning, caller. You're live.
Yeah, good morning, Dwight. How are you?
Doing well.
Yeah, right.
You're a bit muffled. We can barely hear you.
Yeah, okay, you can hear me now?
Slightly better.
Yeah. But Dwight, I'm very upset. I listened to a talk show last night concerning the people of Long Island and say we must suffer. I have family in Long Island. The Prime Minister needs to bring in Peggy Scott and discipline her. You don't make them statement about suffering. The Long Island people are going to suffer because they have their own opinion. That is wrong. They need to. You won't say the people, because I have an opinion, you can say the people of Long Island going to suffer. No, man. It's a free country. And the Prime Minister will have to pull her in. That's all I got to say this morning.
Okay.
We Long Islanders
don't know what that's about. Was that even not on this stage? Okay.
I don't know. I didn't have any power, so I don't know what was said and who it was said by.
You all aren't going to like it, what I have to say, right? But this... Similar to what the previous caller said about how long can you be mistreated by somebody and not say anything. But folks, there's and this text will show you that there's a common denominator here. Although I think they're a little off of what they're trying to say, but listen to this. This person says here, this is the mayor, the person who calls himself the mayor of Grand Bahama, saying we're having unwanted bushfires. Well, I don't think any bushfires wanted. Bushfires in various areas of Grand Bahama, the power cuts, and the internet dropping in various areas. Why? When Grand Bahama Island was very efficient and on time supply infrastructure. Okay, I'm not sure what you're saying. But in any event, this all comes back, in my view, to the lack of real local government in these communities. I'm telling you now, if the local folks could determine what they're going to do with the money they raise, they would not be in these types of situations, lacking the things they feel are important. Once you are managed by one central body that has to prioritize what it thinks the majority of people will benefit from, you will never get the tailored fire truck that you will need for your tiny streets. You won't get this ambulance because of this whatever, because New Providence needs this. You don't need people live there. And then Grandpa, you're going to continue to have these issues as long as we keep running this country like this. We're going to have this conversation forever if we continue running this place like this. This is insane. And I don't know what else has to happen for you all to get it.
Madness. It's madness.
Nassau cannot run the entire country. We need more independence on these islands. But you all like it like this. You all like for the king, and I'm going to talk about the one in England, to decide, well, when I come back to the country, I will see what I can do and see what I'll come and tour. And I'll send my deputy on a plane, get it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I'll send the MP who doesn't live there, who has to come on a plane from Nassau to come and look at.
Okay.
And then we will,
everybody will come
and like you
and
say,
oh, and hug and shake
pray.
hands and pray and then
go back to the Minister of Finance and say, oh, can you come and look at this and see what we can do? And then he'll tell you, but wait, we have a bigger island with more people that have this issue, and so they'll have to wait. And wait.
For me, Dwight. And here's the thing. And maybe you'll go back and you'll say, we need to help them. We're going to give everybody
of course he'll say that.
X amount of dollars to help in the rebuilding process. But you still won't have a fire truck or some sort of vehicle to put out fires. That doesn't make any sense. And we can't accept that. We have to stop accepting this foolishness.
The Family Island people need to ask themselves why they, but also especially Nassau, is afraid of them having more autonomy. Ask yourselves why that is. Why they want you to wait for them and beg them for the things that you need. Why? Look around at the countries all over the world. Now, of course, in extreme disasters, you're going to need the central government, the federal government, whatever it is, to assist, because these are going to be outside the realm of what you're responsible for. But we've got minor daily problems that are at the bottom of the list that need to be addressed, but cannot be seen as priority for the central government. And then that drags on for years and years and years.
Dwight, here's another question we need to ask ourselves. We need to ask ourselves, why is good governance the member of parliament, the prime minister, or whoever else coming and visiting us when something like this has happened?
Well, who thinks it is? You mean the people on Family Islands? Because
right.
Oh, okay.
Why do we think?
Why do they? Because that's ridiculous.
Why do we think that is good governance, but we don't see them not providing the things that we need that would help them not to have to come because they have these things in place. Mm-hmm. But because they come and they visit with us and they hold our hands, that means great government. They care. They care, but you don't have the things that you need to prevent such tragedies from happening. But okay, the point is when the tragedy does happen, they show up. So good governance.
Let's go back to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. You're live.
Morning.
Hi, good morning.
Happy free and independent.
You're breaking up. I'm not sure what's going on.
very sad about what happened in Bimini. Fortunately, the lady and a young baby lives were spared. The air condition unit apparently couldn't handle it, or the power line, or the so a thorough investigation needed to stabilize the power and so on. We're having problems all over. I think in Germany they don't even have the country is not set to handle the hot weather right now. A lot of buildings, public buildings, don't have it. The leaders all need to truly be proactive and look ahead and also see if we can avoid World War III with our neighbors on the other side. So we're caught in a bind. We just got to pray, and do better.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's take another call. Caller, good morning. You're live on the air. Hi, good morning. Are you there? Caller, good morning. No? Okay, let's get to your text messages. This person says here, the residents formed a bucket brigade. Is that island living in the 1960s? No. 2026. Well, they did that here for the fish fry fire, remember? I think they had to do that too, weren't they? Straw market fire, remember that. I'm concerned about the fire, the progress, black and white, black. What's happening? What's going on here? Not understanding. Okay. This person says here, this thing in Bimini has been happening from 97 when I worked in Bimini. Wow. All this money these cruise lines are investing, the government gets them to do, well, needs to get them to donate fire engines and ambulances. They don't ask because they don't care. Well, okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but, well, they don't have them.
If they say, and if they don't donate it, then what? Oh, because they didn't donate it, we don't have it? We shouldn't have it? Again, you're saying let's depend on something as important as this, something as serious as this. Let's depend on foreign investors and ask them to donate these things. What? Wow. That's the plan. We can't put in the budget that these are the things that we need to do.
Yeah.
You're already giving me taxes and fees up to, you know what? Like, seriously?
Crazy stuff. This person says every populated island should have an ambulance and a fire engine. This is madness. Your station has a lot of stat. Yes. We've been telling you ever since the blackout, we are having major issues, and you're going to have a challenge listening to us on the extremes of the island, unfortunately. So it's eastern New Providence, the extreme eastern part of the island, and western New Providence. Bear with us for the next few days. We're working hard to get it back up and running. But that blackout started a chain of events that are going to days to come. But we're online. That's the best way to listen to us now or on your televisions. And while we sort this out. Okay, we've got more of your text messages. We'll take more of your calls and talk more about what else is in the news when we get back after the news. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Free to shape their destiny in the land of the rolling sea. Man and woman, boy and girl, there is none rich like your soul. Independent.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. Also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us 422-4796. Standard text rates apply. And now at 8:20, time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. If you're ready to refresh your space, head to your local Sherwin-Williams for premium paint, pro tips, and everyday deals that make it easy to get started. So we've got a heat advisory in effect for the northern half of the country. We've got a dust advisory for the entire Bahamas, as well as we've got a gale watch in effect for the waters south of Inagua, and a near gale warning for the southeast Bahamas. Expect occasional gusts to gale force, likely just south of Inagua, and near gale force winds expected in the southeast Bahamas through tonight. Boaters, especially small-craft operators, are advised to seek safe harbor and remain in port. So we're dealing with quite a bit. We've got the northern edge of a tropical wave interacting with a mid to upper level disturbance that will increase the potential for some isolated showers and thunderstorms for the central and southeast Bahamas as this system continues to move westward. Dust lingering across the country should help to limit rainfall. That wave is going to continue moving westward throughout the day, reaching the northwest and northern Bahamas by late afternoon and this evening. And spotty, isolated showers are evening. So keep that in mind if you're out celebrating independence. Breezes will remain gentle to moderate in the northern half of the country, while fresh to strong breezes continue for the central and southeast Bahamas. Now, a second wave is expected to move across the area on Friday, sustaining slightly elevated shower and thunderstorm chances as the mid-upper level disturbance remains in place into the holiday weekend. Strong surface ridging returns on Sunday, and that's going to bring fair conditions, warm temperatures, and moderate to strong breezes through to midweek. So if you're heading to the beaches, swimmers and beachgoers in the southeast Bahamas should avoid entering the water due to the high risk of rip currents and rough surf, and there's a moderate risk in the central Bahamas. Motorists and pedestrians across the southeast Bahamas should exercise caution while along coastal roadways, especially eastern and southern coastal roadways and shorelines, as there's likely to be overtopping waves and sea spray, especially during the high tide cycle. So for today, the northern half of the country and the central Bahamas looking at partly sunny conditions, hazy, becoming fair tonight for the northern half of the country, and a mix of sun and clouds for the central islands by this afternoon, becoming cloudy overnight. Partly cloudy today, becoming variably cloudy tonight. Highest chances for rain in the southeast Bahamas, 20 to 30% chance of showers with possible thunderstorms, and an increasing chance of showers and thunderstorms for the central islands by this afternoon. High temperatures, very hot for the northern half of the country. Highs around 93 Fahrenheit, 34 Celsius. The heat index will make you feel like it's 108 Fahrenheit, 42 Celsius. Hot, but not quite as hot perhaps for the southern half of the country. Highs around 91 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius. But the heat index will still make you feel like it's 104 Fahrenheit, 40 Celsius. Overnight lows across the land around 80, 81, even 82 Fahrenheit for the northernmost islands, between about 26 and 28 Celsius. In your extended outlook for Independence Day tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds for the northern half of the country, partly cloudy to cloudy and hazy for the central and southeastern islands. Higher rain chances for the northern half of the country, about a 20 to 40% chance of showers with thunderstorms. By Saturday, again, cloudy during the day, becoming mostly fair at night, but mostly sunny and hazy for the central and southeast Bahamas, turning mostly fair at night. Areas looking at a 10 to 30% chance of showers. That pattern's pretty much going to hold into Sunday with hazy conditions for most areas, and Monday, again, partly to mostly sunny during the day, fair at night. By Tuesday, rain chances up a bit for some parts, especially the southeast Bahamas. Tropics are quiet. Tropical cyclone formation not expected during the next 7 days. That's your morning blend weather check. Weather check also brought to you by the John Baptiste Jazz Club at Bahamar. Opening its doors daily at 5 p.m. Enjoy handcrafted cocktails, world-class jazz, and unforgettable live entertainment in an intimate setting unlike anywhere else. The John Baptiste Jazz Club at Bahamar. And at 8:25, time for Check of Traffic, brought to you by NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers. Okay, so it's Independence Eve, and you know that means that there's the ecumenical service and celebrations happening in downtown Nassau tonight, and there are going to be lots of traffic diversions and disruptions. So if you're not going to be attending the event, avoid the downtown area and Clifford Park entirely. Restrictions begin early, so keep that in mind. Parking already restricted in a number of areas in the downtown area, including Marcus Bethel Way, Infant View Road, Chippingham Road, and Nassau Street. That's already started. So the road closures and the parking restrictions, again, we've got the People's Rush, Love and Unity Rush as well. So that's going to be happening in Rawson Square and Bay Street. And so road closures begin at 1 a.m. for all of the downtown area. And there's, again, no parking from 1 p.m. on Friday, 8 p.m. tonight to 1 p.m. on Friday for a number of areas as well, including Bay Street between East Street and Navy Line Road, Bay Street between Elizabeth Avenue, Navy Line Road, and Parliament Street between Woods Rogers Walk and Shirley Street. Once again, the simple story, avoid the area entirely if you're not planning on being a part of the celebrations tonight into tomorrow morning. Right now, in your real-time traffic, we've got Mila Butler Highway seeing some heavy traffic north of Fire Trail if you're heading northbound, up to Tonic Williams Darling Highway and the roundabout there. And there's traffic back to belong Tonic Williams Darling Highway westbound right now. Blue Hill Road also busy for you in parts in some spots near Carmichael, but once you try to get over that hill, heading down to Independence Drive, if you're heading northbound, you'll see that long line in front of you. East Street South, also seeing traffic north and south of the Soldier Road intersection, especially as you get closer to East-West Highway and Independence Drive in the roundabout there. And Robinson Road, not looking pretty for you at all between Soldier and Old Trail into Marathon for westbound travelers. Pockets along Prince Charles Drive also seeing heavy traffic at the major intersections. Some slow-moving traffic along Carmichael Road westbound to Coral Harbor Road at this hour as well. That's your real-time traffic and your Morning Blend traffic alert. Brought to you by NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers. Reminding you that you know that moment when your car insurance renewal email lands in your inbox and you think, I'll deal with that later? With NUA Insurance Agents Brokers, you can renew online in just a few simple steps. That's how online insurance should work. Renew online in minutes at nuainsurance.com and discover everything a full-service online insurance portal can do.
Brought to you by The Perfume Bar, New Life, Brass and Leather, Commonwealth Brewery Limited, Thompson Trading, distributors of Easy Off, Beyond Flags, and the Nassau Guardian Media Group.
Independence, a nation emerges. Independence Day in the Bahamas, celebrated on July 10th, holds profound significance for the Bahamian people. This day not only marks the end of colonial rule, but also represents the triumph of a nation in its quest for self-determination, cultural identity, and national pride. As Bahamians reflect on their journey towards freedom, they also celebrate the progress made and acknowledge the challenges that lie ahead. The significance of the day is deeply rooted in the national identity, historical context, and the ongoing evolution of the country.
This independent moment is brought to you by The Perfume Bar, New Life, Brass and Leather, Commonwealth Brewery Limited, Thompson Trading, distributors of Easy Off, Beyond Flags, and the Nassau Guardian Media Group.
Every day in a busy world, we have to do so much. Bank with CIBC and get that personal touch. Share your ambitions, let us help your dreams come true. At CIBC, you're at the side. We're listening, we know the way you feel. CIBC, ambitions made real.
At CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Shop with ease using the digital Bahamian dollar. Sand Dollar is a convenient, safe, and secure way to pay for your goods at the grocery store. Just like physical cash, Sand Dollar is issued by Central Bank of the Bahamas. Download a Sand Dollar wallet today.
Get ready to experience the sights, sounds, and flavors of Bahamian culture with the return of Gombe Summer Festival across the islands of the Bahamas. Follow Tourism Today Bahamas for festival dates and the latest updates. The road to Gombe starts now.
Yes, we go and go. Yes, we go and go. Come, let's spend that day. Everybody say, we go and go, babe. Come, let's go, babe.
Running through the castles, flying through the air, laughing with our friends. Fun is everywhere. Jumping higher, higher than before. Inflatable Kingdom, give us more and more.
Jump this way to fun at Inflatable Kingdom Attraction Park. Opening Friday, July 10th at Breezes Cable Beach. Unlimited inflatable rides for kids up to 12. Kids $25. Adults $5.
Enjoyment from Shelley and Dee Dee.
We're the only full art store in the Bahamas. If we don't have it, we make a list, and trust me, our boss can get that. If you need that, he can get that. You can find sketchbooks, acrylics, the canvases in all sizes, stencils. We have the Angelus that they use on shoes and letters. We're the only persons in Nassau that carries the Montana spray. We have the Krylon sprays, watercolor and paints, the oil, chalk paints, the alcohol paint, metallic paints, the little Floetrol, and we have cleaning products for the artists, thinning products for the artists, and Crayola colors, and glitters, pencils, the Posca markers, and pastels, oil, and the acrylic pastels, dyes. Oh yeah, we also have airbrush paint. I didn't forget that part of the movie. Gift sets, hobbycraft,
Oil shrimp, stew shrimp, shrimp gumbo. But art supplies. We have a lot of them. Sherwin-Williams Art Store. Find colour in every day.
Independent Bahamas, Bahamas, Bahamas. Independent Bahamas, Bahamas, for Bahamas. Independent Bahamas, Bahamas, Independent Bahamas, Bahamas, Bahamas. We now get together, brothers and sisters, to join in unity for independence.
Happy Independence Eve, Bahamas. Welcome back to Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Laverne Gardner. Just a reminder that we are having challenges on 96.9 in Providence. Ever since that big blackout on the weekend, our equipment has been damaged and we are working to fix it. It's going to take a few days. It's going to take some time, but you're going to have to bear with us. So if you're in the extremes of the island, the extreme eastern end or the extreme western end, you're going to have a challenge. You will hear lots of static. You'll barely hear us. And only when you get into the center of the island will things be better. But no issues on GuardianTalkRadio.com or our apps or the cable Bahamas, Channel 969 or BTC Flow, Channel 612, or their apps, and there are other apps out there as well, so you'll have to listen to us online for the best reception, as they say. But we're working on it, and hopefully we'll get that sorted out very soon, very soon. So we appreciate your patience. Bear with us, please. Despite all of that, Guardian Radio and the Guardian Media Group want to send you away for the summer with the Great Summer Escape giveaway, maybe to a place that doesn't have power outages. Yeah. You could win a trip for two, including hotel, car, luggage, and $1,000 cash. All you need is your passport, the entry form, drop it in the entry box of the NASA Guardian in Oaksfield, and tune in to Guardian Radio and follow the NASA Guardian on all social media platforms for your chances to win the Guardian Media Group Great Summer Escape giveaway. The deadline to enter is August 12th. The drawing is August 14th. Okay, Laverne, you're back with us.
I am.
Is your...
It's not.
Oh, no. So you're still on data.
I am.
Oh, man. Wow. Wow. Can you tell whether you're using up data? Maybe your service provider has
I am
given
absolutely
people...
using data.
Oh, good Lord. So they're going to credit everybody. We're going to say it. We're going to say it because they need to do that.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the central Grand Bahama.
We appreciate you so much,
yeah.
Laverne. Thank you. Thank you for doing that
Welcome.
for Morning Blend and Guardian Radio and the Bahamian people. You are a true national hero. I'm saying I sound sarcastic, but I'm being very serious.
Yeah.
You know,
it absolutely sounds sarcastic.
I'm very serious.
And you know I love it. Even if it was, especially if it was just sarcasm.
It's not just.
I absolutely love it.
But just a little bit sarcasm. But I mean it. I do mean it.
It's sincere with just a tinge.
Just a tiny bit.
Sarcasm.
Just a little bit.
Before we move on to whatever else we're going to discuss in the news, not to belabor this whole entire thing, but I was speaking with one of our avid listeners. I just want to encourage, especially those who may be listening from family islands, if you have family members, when you're building, and not even when you're building, if you have a home, invest in smoke detectors and fire extinguishers.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the reality. Invest in those things. Yes, we know that certain things should be available, but they are not. And so to protect life, to protect a home, your property, all of your hard work, those things can go a long way in helping to protect you, right?
Absolutely.
So I think that
fire blankets too, because a lot of these fires,
Yes.
the fire extinguisher might not work with a lot of these battery fires now. So we
Right.
did a show on that a few months back. Fire blankets might be
fire
better.
blankets.
Mhm.
Just have these things, have them available in your home. A lot of these things, with the click of a button, you can order them. If where everybody's ordering, right? I don't need to advertise where, but these are the things that you absolutely have to include.
Indeed. Yes. You can call in. We're still talking about the fire. We're going to move on in a bit, but I want to read the text messages that came in before the break for news. And call in to 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Toll free, 242-300-5720. Caller, good morning. Are you there?
Good morning. Dwight, you guess how you doing?
Doing well.
Hey, I'll tell you a guess for me, right? That
She can hear you.
The government, she can hear me?
Laverne can hear you, yes.
Okay, tell Laverne, I think the government planting grits on Independence Day tomorrow.
Okay. Why would they do that?
Boy, tell her, don't do that on Independence Day. Don't do the conking grits on Independence Day.
Okay.
Okay.
That totally went over my head. I don't
Over,
know
under,
what you're talking
on the
about.
side. I don't know where
But
that
okay.
is. But anybody get that? Okay, well.
Mr. Producer, break it down.
It
He
might hit us
normally
tomorrow.
knows. He
It might hit us
understands.
on Independence Day. But
He normally understands because
Don't.
I'm completely lost.
Does he mean, is it this like the Cantonese joke with the conch salad and grits? Oh, I'm thinking steamed conch, or because that would be great.
I don't know.
Stew conch and grits, perfect. But conch salad,
No.
Okay, I think that's what he meant. Conch salad. and
Okay.
grits.
Oh,
Fine.
okay.
That should be banned
Tell him
every
no
day.
worries. I would never.
Every day. every day.
I would never.
Never
I would
allow it.
never.
But okay, steam and stew. Well, I don't know what you're saying. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning to you, Laverne.
Hi.
Good morning to you, Dwight, and the
Good
wider
morning.
Bahamas.
Good morning.
Yeah, just for me to interject, I think what he's meaning is we begin to grind us like corn and beat us like this.
Only then? I think it's already started.
No, he means it's going to be, that's the beginning of the whole year of grinding us like corn and beating us
That's
like
the beginning of the fiscal year of grinding and beating.
It depends,
Yes,
right.
yes, okay.
Yeah, so, but, right, if you go to Bimini, right, go back 3 years ago, go back a couple months ago, seeing multiple families being destroyed, right? And so when we talk about the development of the Bahamas, and I think at the beginning of the show, you say something about declaring a war, right, on us. No, our leadership has declared a war on the 21st century, the 25 years. Because these things, as we talk about holding the globe, and we can't get the infrastructure for which digitization would depend on to function. Do you know that as more you increase with technology, the more susceptible you become to fires, especially if they're improperly installed or improperly done? So the question then becomes, what are we trying to do? Now, let me borrow something from one of your hosts, Nuri. This is as good as we can get from the leadership that we have elected. If you want better, choose better. Because what we have done is we have allowed ourselves to be locked into a pseudo-choice of leadership for which the Constitution protects the Prime Minister from ever being removed or being challenged or to being the true voice among equals, where if Laverne, understanding Grand Bahama needs from the 21st century, would never be chosen by one of the political parties, because if she's not an absolute loyalist member and be able to manipulate through the structure of the party's house, it won't happen. See, because what happens is our Constitution protects the whole concept of party governance, and it does not allow, for 71 or 2 or 3, whatever, it does not allow for voice among equals in the House of Assembly to be chosen who can lead us. And Dwight, you swear you're correct. Local government would disrupt this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, guess why you're not going to have it, Dwight?
Yeah.
For the very purpose you say.
I'm slowly giving up.
No, don't give up.
Why?
Guess
Why
what?
not?
Freeport will happen. Will have it. And Dwight, I am asking you, I'm telling you, because the structure that we need for local government don't need to be given to us for Freeport. It has already been given to us in 1955. The problem is I think we need an education process of what that is, of what it is that we have, and for the mere fact that the intent of the Hospital Agreement says nothing can be given to the rest of the Bahamas. So if we can actually begin to tell people that local government, municipal government, remember how we used the word that the Grand Bahama Port Authority acts as a municipality?
Right.
Guess what? How do they act as something that the law doesn't permit it?
So you're saying we have to wait for the to expire before this happens?
No, we don't. In fact, if it's expired, they may not give it back to us. So we must use the next 30 years to begin to enforce its intent. More so because that arbitration exposed where the power lies, and the power lies in the people. We like to say government. No, the power lies in the people. And so when we begin to have the conversation, a simple thing of having some pumps, Bimini, you could almost throw a pump a couple of feet away, a sump pump with a generator on a buggy, and suck the ocean dry to put out fires and everything else. And all around this country, these are very simple ideas that even local government can implement. But when you have a national government that will not tell you the truth, where we talk about, remember he said the car thing, but he said we can have the thing for cars. The minister said we can have an education for cars. And I challenge you and all of the media people. Whenever they make an announcement, walk up to the minister and say, give me the framework. Give me the strategy for which it's going to be implemented, because there's nothing more than soundbite. They have no plans for anything else except to give us more soundbite governance. They can't give us a budget that tells us where we are for everything we need to be done and how they will address it over this year and over the next 5, 10, to 15 years. And we allow it. They're not doing this without our consent. It requires consent from us. And our passive consent has been given to governors. As we approach independence, if we allow on the 10th, 11th, and 12th for the ineptitude and capability to govern us continue, we deserve what we get. It'll be as good as we can get when there's better available. Right.
Okay. Well, that's depressing Independence Eve. But probably quite accurate. All right, some text messages here. This person says here, the moral of the story, while you're partying and rallying for them, I guess, pre-election, tell them to keep the liquor and send you a fire engine and ambulance. Interesting stuff. Laverne, you still there? You didn't run out of data, right?
I'm still here.
Okay. All right. This person says the private sector and public sector both giving poor service and very evasive when called out. As an example, your internet woes. There's many more. I'm not sure what this part is saying, but anyway, yeah, we get your point. Boy, oh boy. This person says here, for a small island like Bimini, fire services can almost be treated like it's on a larger. You have a large tank connected to a pipe network with hydrants and hoses and storage boxes strategically located to provide coverage. Diesel pumps drive the system. Okay, yeah. We know it didn't have to get this bad.
Right.
It's a very long text. I appreciate this bad.
There are all sorts of options that are currently available.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to.
Yeah. This texter says here, it's been over a year since the 26 fire trucks were ordered. I suspect this is a ruse. 2 questions for the government. 1, when will the first truck be delivered? 2, can you publish the invoice of the purchase of the 26 trucks? We'll never get answers to those questions. I barely remember that. I forgot. Did it happen? And they still had a surplus? By the way, have we confirmed now that we are 10 days in almost to the new fiscal year, did we really end up with a surplus? Yeah, someone's saying they doubt it since the insurance issue that happened. They had to pay those folks and some other things. Was there really a surplus? Well, hopefully we'll get some answers on that. Ah, boy. How do we structure local government so that their revenues are separated from the central government? Are you serious? I mean, I'm glad you're even talking about it, so I appreciate that. But this is the simplest thing in the world. There's so many options between real property taxes, between just allowing these folks to raise the money themselves at airports, whatever it is, whatever you do, ports, all these things. There's so many options. It's not rocket science now. You have models all over the world. And even here. A lot of things that the government collects doesn't need to be collected by the central government or can be turned over to the local jurisdictions. The problem is, while I understand the cost of living is high, I would encourage everyone to, at minimum, have fire insurance for your home and contents, especially on those family islands that do not have fire trucks. It is inexpensive compared to the hurricane insurance. Insurance data shows your home is more likely to be completely destroyed in a fire than be destroyed from a hurricane. Okay, man, and that's great. That's all well and good, but fire is emotionally devastating, and you could lose your life. People can get hurt. So fire prevention is also very important as well. And you can lose all those memories. Mementos and stuff. It's not cool. Not cool at all. So questions about the road safety program. We're going to get to that in a bit. We're going to talk about that in depth. Okay, before we get to that, though, this story, there's always a court story that just leaves you. Ah, boy. Child molester jailed for 5 years in plea deal. I just feel like that's all that's happening in our courts. Everybody's just a child molester. Is that what's happening?
I don't. You know how I feel about this story.
So scary. So, R. T.C. Davis writing about it. A woman who recorded herself performing a sex act on a 4-year-old boy has been jailed for 5 years. This happened in Abaco. Jessica Bobo was arrested and charged after recording her vile behavior. A recording went viral on social media in January 2025. The 21-year-old Bobo pleaded guilty to charges of unlawful sexual intercourse and production of child pornography when she appeared before Justice Petra Hannah Adderley in Grand Bahama. In accordance with the plea agreement, she was sentenced to 5 years on the sex charge and 4 years on producing child pornography. The sentences will be served at the same time. I mean, I think this one is a perfect opportunity to do consecutive sentencing here. That would have been great. But yeah, wow. I remember when this happened, there was outrage. This is a crazy story. This person is not
5
well.
years.
Will this person get that help?
I doubt it.
And probably was molested herself when she was younger. I mean, because this is just not making any sense. And I'm not sure what the relationship it was between her and the child, but Bob's not. Not a relative. Wow. We have a problem. We have a big, big problem. Right? It's men, it's even women. It's boys being molested, girls being molested. Unbelievable, unlawful relationships. People would think they are in a relationship with a 12 and 13 and 14-year-old. A relationship that goes on for years.
You think?
That's what they think. And they think it's fine. And it's so common. How? And as people always say, these are the cases that come before the court. And there's so many others going on that never make it there.
Yeah, that go unreported.
The frequency with which we're seeing and hearing about these things is extremely disturbing. And it feels like every week there are new cases. What's really going on? Are we having the conversations with our children so that they can be aware of the dangers out there and so they grow up to not be a predator as well?
Those conversations.
We saw last week, I think it was Zedness who put out a video that the police worked on trying to talk to young girls, especially teenagers, about avoiding these relationships with older men. Mm-hmm. And they said they wanted to get a message to them. But somebody needs to do a video for these creepy old guys.
I just want to say, what about the video for the older man?
What about them?
Stop praying.
Stop being a jerk.
That's what you are. A jerk? You're a predator.
I wish I could say other words, but
You're a predator. Stop being a predator. It is not okay. It is not acceptable. Honestly.
Yeah, very disturbing stuff. What are we going to do? Let's talk about it. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. We've got a crisis. We've got a big, big problem.
Right. And for that, the young lady or the young boy, they are often very vulnerable. They are missing some of the attention and affection maybe in their home, and you are preying on them. So while it's good to make these videos, we need to start speaking to these adults.
Yeah.
Speak to the men, speak to the women. It's not cute. It is predatory behavior.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe we need to get really harsh with the language too, right?
Yes.
Tell them.
Pedophile.
You're a pedophile, you're a loser, and you're going after this child because you couldn't get an adult if you tried. And this child doesn't really like you. This child doesn't like you at all.
In most cases, you were ruining this child.
You're trying to create another loser like you. Tell them, be frank about it. And other people,
if you know someone,
just about to say,
funny.
We're on the same. We're sharing the brain today, Laverne.
Yeah, don't just talk about it, laugh about it, say, "Boy, this guy is something else." No.
Yeah. Exactly.
And threaten to report them. If you know something, say something. Report them.
Absolutely. Because these children will grow up to do the same thing that was done to them.
Harmful
It's a vicious
behavior.
cycle.
We are destroying these young people.
Let's go to the phone lines. Good morning, caller. What say you about it? Are you there?
Dwight, yeah.
Hi, good morning.
You asked me to call, and y'all don't answer the call. Producer keep hanging up on me. Anyway, Dwight, let me give my 5 cents on this, okay? We asked for progress. I think we should give 5 years to progress. You don't think so?
Who are you talking about?
PLP. Give them 5 years to progress. Because I think they pull a Perry on us now. They pulling a Brave on us.
We're not understanding what you're saying. And they've been in for 5 years now. So what are you saying? Are we not to critique and say that you're doing this part wrong? This is not the way to handle this.
They're going in for 6. This is the 6th year.
I don't understand.
This
So
is the
what are you
6th year.
saying? Just sit back and shut up?
It should take 5 years for equipment to get. Listen, the things that we're talking about is not political. The fire, don't burn, say, oh, okay, is this a PLP home or is this an F&M home or is this a COI home? These are things we are talking about, Bahamians, their lives, their property, and how we can do our best to make sure that these things don't happen or it isn't as widespread. Every government has a responsibility to all of its people. All of its people. These things that we are talking about, we should be embarrassed to be talking about them.
Yeah. Over and repeatedly, right?
Over and repeatedly. Things that can be done.
We've got another call. Let's take this. Good morning. You're on the air.
Brother Strachan,
Hi, good morning.
how are you this morning?
Doing well.
And to your guest, he sounds very, very passionate. I like that spirit. But we always hear the men or the male teachers or the male this, the male that sleeps with the girl. We very seldom hear the female that sleeps with the young boys. We had
Paulie,
a
you heard it
problem
this
in
morning
Harbour
because I
Island.
said it.
We had a hello?
I mean, okay, you know why? Because it doesn't. It also doesn't happen as frequently as the other way around.
But it
Yeah,
happened.
but we talked about it
One
this
time
morning.
is
I
too
said
much.
it.
All of it is bad. All of it is bad.
It is. But what I'm saying is that if you could have I don't know if I could call him a man, a male, because he have a penis, so he's a male, to sleep with his mother, something has to be wrong with that. Something has to be wrong. Something ain't kicking right. When you can see somebody, a male, got out feelings for a 5 or 6 year old child, baby, an 8-year-old, something wrong. That person doesn't have to be around human beings. They should be like animals. That's animal action. They should be treated the way they are, like an animal. But you can't be supposed to be around people, and you can have feelings for a 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, even a 14, 15. I don't care how a woman is. That's their business. That's how they want dressed. That doesn't change their age the way they dress.
Yeah, we're dealing with a lot of mental health issues here. Yeah.
We need to do something more serious with these men, because I think that the penalty is too low, man. You got to put fair in them somehow. And people talk about the cat lying tail is outdated. Boy, trust me, I know of a person who got hit with that before. That ain't nothing to play with. You get 4 or 5 of them going in, and when you come in to remind you what you're being in there for, you get 4 or 5 more. And save that one, straighten them up for a couple of years, man.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. One more call before we have to take a break for news. Caller, good morning. You're on the air. Hi, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Strachan.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Laverne.
Morning, 52.
Yeah, Laverne, I'm a fan of yours, so we all miss enough muff, and we cannot say enough. But Mr. Strachan, you didn't read my text that rhyme, but you really didn't understand what I was trying to say, and I forgive you still. But as relates to what Julian say, unfortunately, I would have to agree, because I'm one of those people in society who really believe on Peter. I just, for some reason, I just can't conceive it in my mind. I don't know if I'm behind or I'm blind. I just, Dwight, it's unacceptable for me. In Alabama, they just passed a law for the death penalty for those who rape someone 12 and under, right? I am just dumbfounded, but Dwight, there was a very disturbing case that I saw in the States the other day. 4 men, right, young men, indicted for kidnapping and sexually abusing and molesting a 9-month-old baby girl,
What?
a 6-year-old boy. Yeah, man, Dwight, 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 I mean, once the DNA, etc., we don't move in haste like the Western days where they throw the rope quick. You know what I'm saying, in haste. But, I just wanted to say that Alan said something very, very, very serious about passivity, but Dwight, you let them swing you, Mr. Strachan?
Swing me? Who?
I got a joke for you, man. I can't joke with you, Mr. Strachan. I say they swing you because I
they?
was listening to our Witness News last night, right? I want to get this out to the public because this is concerning about electrical grid and et cetera, or something with the hospital, the kidney dialysis fallout or whatever, the electrical fallout, the emergency transfer switch, right? I was appalled at what I heard. Dr. Rollins is not an electrician. I am. I have my experience. I know that even if a transfer switch doesn't kick in, I'm saying this for the public, right, to let you know how they dupe you when you don't have knowledge about something. A transfer switch is simple, Dwight. It has some devices in there, look like dials. So if you set it as to how quick it responds to kicking in, when it cuts off. So you would see seconds on it, and you set it to determine how quick the generator kicks in. Now what happens is, I realize that some of the engineers in the hotel, I don't know who all don't know this, but this is a fact. If the transfer switch doesn't kick in automatically because of moisture and some other faults, whatever it has, you can manually pull down the transfer switch. So I'm not buying what I'm hearing. I'm disturbed. There's a physical switch. If the transfer switch doesn't kick in automatically, even in a house, even if you have a double throw switch, wherever the generation meets PC, you could throw the switch up or down, and it actually transfers the power to the house, etc. But what I'm saying is the transfer switch, if it doesn't kick in automatic, you can manually pull the switch down. So what I'm hearing, man, tell someone explain this to me, please.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Well, yeah, you want to squeeze up? Yeah, let's get this call in. Quickly, caller, good morning. Are you still there with us? Are you there? No. Some messages as we go to the break. This person says here, who's the family of the child molester? 5 years, really? This sentencing has to be questioned. Well, 5 and 4, but they are running concurrently, which is the big problem in our country. And we need this to be addressed because it doesn't make sense sometimes. It doesn't make sense. A couple other messages. This person says here, our reliable sources. Okay. All right. I recall a senior politician who, while in power at the age of 50, was dating a 19-year-old. Okay, thank you for that. I mean, the person is considered an adult. It might be head-scratching, but that person's not a child, technically. So, okay. I'll never understand why violence is only allowed on the innocent and not the guilty. Can't you all see the Progress Party is only for their people and not for Bahamians? How are we mixing up all these things? Once they're in power, they don't care what you all think. Okay. All right. That's a lot there. Dwight, did you say local government? Are we there yet? Are we ready to let communities address derelict vehicles, operate community centers, manage overgrown vacant properties, and repair potholes? Or are we still afraid that giving the people the bare minimum is detrimental to the MP that we elected to help bring about policies that will improve our lives? Clearly some people are. Clearly a good number of people are, especially the MPs. We got to take a break. We're going to talk about an upcoming safety certification program, and we'll get into the new road safety campaign as well. All of that coming up in business. Stay with us here. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. Is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Hey, did you ever sort out the car insurance?
I thought you did.
No, I sent it.
You sent me the reminder.
Okay, hold on. Okay, done.
Done?
Yeah, renewed.
Anyway Insurance Agents and Brokers gives you access to a full-service insurance portal where you can get an instant quote, renew, pay, and manage your documents. All fully online. With NUA, you have a complete insurance portal. Start now with an instant quote at nuainsurance.com.
Headed to South Florida soon? Holiday Inn Express in Plantation welcomes you to the heartbeat of Florida fun. Whether it's business or pleasure, the Holiday Inn Express is close to sensational shopping, captivating dining, and nightlife. Elevate your Florida experience. Sleep well and rest easy at Holiday Inn Express. Complimentary breakfast buffet featuring seasonal favorites. Keep up your fitness routine in our 24-hour on-site fitness center with cardio equipment and free weights, or take a refreshing swim in our outdoor pool. Your special Bahamas tourist rate awaits. Holiday Inn Express, 1701 North University Drive, in Plantation. Book your getaway now. Call directly at 954-472-5600 or the sales department. This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
This independent moment is brought to you by The Perfume Bar, New Life, Brass and Leather, Commonwealth Brewery Limited, Thompson Trading, distributors of Easy Off, Beyond Flags, and the Nassau Guardian Media Group.
Independence, a nation emerges. Independence Day in the Bahamas, celebrated on July 10th, holds profound significance for the Bahamian people. This day not only marks the end of colonial rule, but also represents the triumph of a nation in its quest for self-determination, cultural identity, and national pride. As Bahamians reflect on their journey towards freedom, they also celebrate the progress made and acknowledge the challenges that lie ahead. The significance of the day is deeply rooted in the national identity, historical context, and the ongoing evolution of the country.
This independent moment is brought to you by The Perfume Bar, New Life, Brass and Leather, Commonwealth Brewery Limited, Thompson Trading, distributors of Easy Off, Beyond Flags, and the Nassau Guardian Media Group.
Come, let's celebrate the Bahamas' independence. Stop by Janae's Uniform Center and get 30% off selected Independence Polo items. Get an additional 10% volume discount for 30 or more pieces. Net items excluded. The net items, Janae's unique limited edition Independence tees. Don't forget the black, gold, and aquamarine ribbons in various sizes to decorate the home or office. Visit Janae's Chesapeake Road or text the Janae's digital team at 817-3295 or email sales@janae's.com or www.janae's.com. Happy Independence Bahamas from Janae's.
Relax your mind. Running through the castles, flying through the air, laughing with our friends, fun is everywhere. Jumping higher, higher than before, inflatable kingdom, give us more and more.
Jump this way to fun at Inflatable Kingdom Attraction Park, opening Friday, July 10th at Breezes Cable Beach. Unlimited inflatable rides for kids up to 12. Kids $25. Adults acquired.
Forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
At Star General, you can go gold. Comprehensive car insurance covers loss or damage from accidents, fire, theft, and third-party liability. But the Gold package gives you increased coverage for rental car and windscreen, personal accident, medical benefits, deductible waiver, and 24-hour roadside assistance where available. Our Star General Gold package, also gives you up to $2,500 for accidental damage to a rental car anywhere in the Bahamas. Go gold with Star General. Insurance made simple.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Thursday, July 9th, 2026. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan along with Laverne Gardner. And this morning, a little bit later, we're going to be talking about the new government's new road safety program, the initiative they're launching. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But right now, we're getting details about the Safety Saves Lives Fall Protection Certification Program. Of course, from the Bahamian Contractors Association. Joining us to tell us more about it, very happy to have marketing consultant, Kadrin Carey.
Good morning, Dwight. How are you?
Doing well. Let's get that mic a little bit closer to you there, and good to see you. Okay, so we know we've had in the past year quite a few industrial accidents. We've had a lot of people who've lost their lives.
Unfortunately,
yeah,
yes,
it's been
we
very
have.
sad. So safety in the workplace, definitely a timely topic. What are we seeing out there? How serious is it getting right now?
Unfortunately, it's plain and simple carelessness. It goes as far as not wearing the correct footwear, not taking care of yourself. We did a conversation on Nail It. That is the BCA's show. That
Right here on Guardian Radio.
Yes. There you go. Good
right.
plug. I love you. You want to come and work for LRC?
Hey, okay. We'll talk off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, but on a serious note, unfortunately, it's just been elevating over the past year, and the public has come to us. So this is going to be. I think we're going to have to do maybe a level of courses on it, but this one is going to be our first one on it. So we are going to do it for contractors, for supervisors, for even homeowners. We talked about it on Nail It, and it's as simple as the correct use of a ladder, the correct use of footwear, steel-toe boots, the correct use of a hammer, knowing what to buy when you buy the stuff from the hardware store.
Right.
Why you actually need to use a safety harness, why you actually need to have a hat on when you are on the back of a truck. Should you be on the back of a truck? Should you be on the inside? These are things that we see on a daily basis, and you take it for granted. These are in construction. These are actually in the office.
You're at a site.
Yes,
right,
and you take it for granted, and you're just like, oh, okay, all right. But no, these are things that have been taken for granted, and this is why the carelessness, has led to the unfortunate, loss of life throughout the Bahamas, and it has just shone a light on why we need safety protection in the Bahamas.
I'm sure another question that this is bringing to light is whether everybody on a construction site is trained or has been trained before.
This is why we need this. As a certified project
Because
manager.
you're talking about wearing the wrong shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, this is somebody off the street.
This is it. I am the president of the Alumni Association at the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute, and even doing the applied science for HR management. We did OSHA, and OSHA is a certification from the US, and that teaches you safety in the office space. And when I did my project management, we did safety in construction, and things that you take for granted there, we were just like, wow. In the Bahamas, we are just lucky to be alive.
My God.
Yes. So, I mean, this is why we need this. And when you see what's happening, I mean, just with the roadworks, unfortunately, you don't want to bring it up, but the loss of life for the traffic fatality, just what should have been done, just, you know, why was just steps not done? Why wasn't this done? Why was not this done? You don't want to
keep
put
taking
blame.
so many chances here.
Yes, you don't want to put blame on people, but it's just the infancy stage of, okay, so this is what you do. This is what you need to do. This is why this needs to be done. And this would actually help protect everyone. As far as the insurers, as far as the employer, you as the employee will now understand why you need to do this. We're starting to see things as even a rash guard shirt in this heat.
Right.
Why you are wearing this, why the companies are investing in it and putting their logo on it.
And that came up a few weeks ago, right? Somebody died, and immediately people were saying you've got to make sure you're hydrated, you're wearing the right clothing.
All of these are small steps that help save lives.
But we see people in shorts, people in T-shirts, people in baseball caps.
We were talking about it, and you don't want to identify one particular company, but there is a certain shoe brand where it has sport mode and not sport mode, and we're seeing it. So you even know what
I
shoe
know
brand
what you're talking about.
And
But
we're
you're seeing that on construction sites?
We're seeing that on construction sites, Dwight.
It's just insane.
On a construction site.
Oh, man.
In a steel toe.
Steel toe.
And they're like, oh, Miss Carey, it's too heavy. But you know what?
Are they going to be up on a roof on that?
Listen, we have a alloyed version that is slightly lighter, but it still gives you protection. So if you really want to invest in your safety, you do the investigation for yourself. You know, so see, and you're furrowing your brows.
It's just crazy the chances that people are taking.
Yes, with your life.
Yeah.
And we often use the comparison. The minute you hop on a flight and you in Miami, you go and you rent a car. What's the first thing that you do, Dwight?
Yeah, well, definitely going to buckle up.
So why is it that when you're here in your own country, you don't follow just your own safety laws?
Right. And we know the challenges with the healthcare system, so you really
gosh, wow.
That's another show, right? But you're taking these chances knowing what we're dealing with here, which really doesn't make any sense.
Yes, and this is why we're doing the safety course. It is July 18th. We still have a few spaces available, so it's being put on by the Bahamas Contractors Association. We're having it at Epiphany Anglican Church Hall. This is on Prince Charles. You can call our number. It's 356-8850. You can go on the website, which is bahamascontractors.org. When you go on the website, we've made it very easy. There's a pop-up. The pop-up tells you what to do. You can pay for it online also. It's only $275. If you know any event that's put on by LRC, I love to throw a good event. So you come in, it's air-conditioned. First of all, Dwight.
No, that's very important.
You get breakfast.
Especially on July 18th.
What? You get breakfast. You get lunch. And because BCA is also, they do theory and practical, we are going to have a scaffold there on site.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to show you exactly ascend and descent.
Okay.
So this isn't just you're sitting there and like when you're sitting in the classroom with, have you ever watched Charlie Brown? And the teacher is just talking.
The trumpet sounds.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like that.
No. I love my seminars to be interactive, and our seminar is put on by the Bahamas Safety Solution. So you are going to learn, and this is why we're trying to get everyone out there, because these are tradesmen. These are contractors. So they work with their hands.
Yeah.
You understand? So they need to see exactly what you're talking about, as well as these are very intelligent people.
And it's being billed as a certification course. So
It
you'll
is.
have a certificate when you're done.
Of course. Of course. And then I am someone who like to give things away. Have you ever been to an event and they tell you, look, I need a chair? Do you feel that excitement? And you're like, I'm going to win?
Wow.
You
So
know,
that's what's going to happen.
well, it's a suggestion. It's a suggestion.
It may happen.
It may happen.
Okay.
As well as, you know, if you're the first person there, who's to say you may not get a prize also?
Okay.
This is a LRC event.
Okay.
So I'm just saying.
Wonderful stuff.
Yes.
All right. So limited spaces. So how many in total will be able to participate in this?
We are gearing up for at least 75 to 100 participants.
Oh, wow. Okay.
In this first cycle,
Mhm.
we have had tremendous interest. Everyone wants to do this. They've asked for it. As you said, it is a certified course, Bahamas Safety Solutions. They are putting it on, so you will learn. And like I said, it's interactive, it's practical, and it's theory. So this is something that's needed. This is something that's wanted. We want everyone to come.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are billing it to everyone. Like I said,
I was going to say, so who should be there? Supervisors?
Contractors, supervisors, work in the contractor field. If you are a safety supervisor at a business, because I was in line purchasing my independence paraphernalia. I should be sleeping right now because, you know, who in the morning? I ain't saying that.
Oh, okay.
But you know.
I mean,
yeah. Well,
it's not that late
But-
or early. It's not, I mean, you know, 9. But you're resting up for tomorrow.
Of course.
Okay.
And they saw the ads that we were running, and they were speaking on it, and they were saying how disastrous their fire drill was. And this had come into play. And I'd given them my card, and they said that they would have their safety supervisor come to this, just so you could.
Why
gain-
was it disastrous? The
Well,
people didn't know what to
apparently
do?
All the ladies grabbed their purses. They went in their desks. They grabbed their charger. Just goes to show you.
I mean, that sounds reasonable, no?
No, when there's a
You don't
fire.
get your charger for your phone?
Okay, Dwight. Maybe Dwight should attend our safety
That's only going to take a couple
saves
seconds.
lives fall protection
Well, okay.
certificate.
So
Held
just
at
run.
Ebenezer.
That's what you're saying. Don't grab your charger for your phone?
No, definitely not. But this is, see, Dwight, this is the conversations that we need to have. No.
That sounds...
When there's a fire, you leave and you go to your safety designated spot.
Yes, Kadra. That's
Okay.
what we'll do.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay, so back to it. It's the BCA's Fall Protection Certification course held at held at Epiphany.
You're going to need your
Anglican,
phone, though.
no, not
You got to
in-
call for help, too. I mean, if
But
there's a fire.
The way how the gentleman described it is that they were in no rush. They
touched up their makeup.
grabbed their phones. They just took about 15 minutes to assemble to the designated spot. And the fire brigade was timing this.
Yeah, that's not good.
So
Yeah.
had this had been a real emergency, everyone would have
Been a
unfortunately
disaster.
perished.
Yeah. Wow.
So I had given him my
You got to
card.
take a fire drill safe.
Yes.
Seriously.
So
Yeah.
when I explained to him what this was about, he said definitely their supervisor
Okay.
of the safety committee
Yeah.
would come to this because this, like I said, is the groundwork of what you need to know. You understand? So people need to take safety serious in the Bahamas because they were like, oh, it's only a drill. But suppose this was not a drill.
Right.
And you didn't send an email and say at this particular date and time, we're going to be doing a drill.
So you're also hoping that the guys you see in those wrong
Sport mode,
shoes, yeah,
sport mode, yes.
they should be attending this as well.
Most definitely, yes. And we would hope also that persons who work in hardware stores, we would hope that persons who work in government ministries, they also attend because they are the persons who go and do these safety inspections. So this is for everyone.
Yeah. So I have a question. So if you are working for a company on a construction site, how much should the company be responsible for in terms of your safety gear, the shoes, the hard hats, definitely, right? But other stuff that would protect you, are they not responsible for that?
Those should be provided. From my perspective, LRC, When we go on site, because a part of what we do, that's a different division for my company, we rent and sell heavy equipment and generators. So we do periodic checks. When we go on sites, we have to have a hard hat. We need to have a safety vest, the steel-toed boots.
Right.
I provide that as a part of your employee package.
But not everybody's doing that.
I can't speak for everyone else. And then also, because of my company, my insurance is very high. Now, I don't know, and like you said, I can't speak to everyone else, but I have to stay within industry standards just because of my clientele. And the thing is, at BCA, we actually help you to do all these things. So that's another thing. At the event, we will have a BCA table with a membership officer there to help you to know when you join the BCA, these are the things that we can help you with. We'll help you to get indemnity insurance because we do have a partnership agreement with a insurer. So these are the things also that the BCA assists you with. Also, I am one of the membership officers.
Right.
So there are a lot of network opportunities at these type of events also.
Yeah.
But for this, what I'm here for today is Safety Save Lives Fall Protection Certification course. But all of this runs hand in hand. We need to strengthen the safety of the Bahamas. We do not need another headline of an unfortunate event.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
No.
And I suspect, we brought it up earlier, with the heat that we're seeing, there'll be ways to protect yourself in this extreme summer that we're experiencing.
Yes. Normally, when I traveled, I came back from Africa, I want to say maybe like 4 weeks ago, the humidity was like almost 100. It was wet. No. When I was in Lagos.
Okay.
It was the rainy season. And they actually broadcast on the radio, on television. They were suggesting that you work within certain hours because the humidity was just, it was like unbearable. Wow. But you
never hear that here.
Well, I mean, it's the economy. You still have to make money, but they made the health announcement for it, and they said to hydrate and everything else that you need to do.
Yeah.
But these are the things that everyone has to take into account. And even when you're planning in construction, which is just at a huge boom right now on virtually every island, there is some major construction going on. This is why in construction, we normally start early in the morning.
Yeah.
And we normally try to take a break at midday when the sun is at its peak. But with the heat, you need to, when you're in construction, there is a lot of pressure on the contractor. You have to stay within budget. You have lives that are in your hands, whether it's for monetary funding, because you're handling salary, you're handling the budget, and now, which is always a factor. So as a contractor, there's a lot of pressure on you. So with the safety factor being more, this is definitely something that you need to attend. So it's one less thing that you have to worry about.
Absolutely. We're talking with Kadrian Carey with Bahamian Contractors Association, the marketing consultant. Let's take this call quickly, and then she'll repeat all the information about the Safety Saves Lives Fall Protection Certification course. Caller, good morning. You're live on the air. Hi, good morning. Are you there? Call us back, 323-6232. 325-4316, 325-4259, or toll free 242-300-5720. Okay, so again, let people know this is July 18th. That's next week Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Is there a deadline to sign up for it?
As long as we have space, we will have registration open. It's at Epiphany Anglican Church on Prince Charles. You can contact the office of BCA at 356-8850. You can go on our website at bahamiancontractors.org. When you go on the website, we have a pop-up of this event, and you can go and sign up. You can also pay online. Registration is, like I mentioned before, that covers breakfast, that covers lunch. This is an air-conditioned event, so you will be in comfort. It's timed for 8 to 4, so it's going to be a beautiful event, and knowledge, practical and theory with a demonstration. The facilitator for the event is Bahamas Safety Solutions.
Okay, let's get this call in quickly. Caller, good morning. You're live.
Hey, morning, Dwight. You guess how you doing?
Doing well.
Good morning.
I'm so glad for the show, right? Because the most common faults on construction sites, you won't believe it, is scaffolds and the proper usage and put up form of scaffolds. A lot of people don't even have the pins in the scaffolds. They just build it on top of the scaffolds, right? Don't put the pins in properly. They don't nail the scaffold against the wall. You know how much times they go on job sites and the wind actually blowing the scaffold? Wow. I say, big man, this thing don't fall, you know. Boss, I know they're doing. 10 minutes later, bam, man fall down.
Very
very
unfortunate.
And the problem is you can't blame the contractor. What happened is the supervisor or the foreman on site, right, can't be everywhere at the same time monitoring everyone. They can't, you know up the scaffold properly. They can't assume that, you can't assume someone ain't going to put it up properly. People do the dumbest thing on construction sites. I see people on scaffolds or slippers.
Yeah, that's where we're
Why
talking
the
about.
hell would you put on slippers on a scaffold?
Proper footwear.
It's
and-
very puzzling.
They're on top of a building, on a 5-story building, right? No harness on. And they dead serious. Boss, I know what they're doing. Next thing you know, bam, man fall down.
Very sad. Thank you very much. Yeah. Hopefully people will take advantage of this course. Let's take this call. Good morning. You're live on the air.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Strachan, and good morning to your guests.
Beautiful good morning.
Yeah, I'd like to make a statement and I'll ask a question before I leave, right? You know, being in the field, working in electrical, et cetera, I've been in plant rooms, energy plants, et cetera, and I've seen the potential dangers. So, fortunately for me, I always like I'm strong-willed. I was actually fired off a job because I went to one of the boss's house to install some wall-mounted lights. He had a 3-story townhouse somewhere out Sandy Port somewhere. And so I was, I some of the things, the procedures really need oversight from, like entities like you, right? But like y'all, right? Because he wanted me to, I ran up on a scaffold, right? And I had to use a jackhammer. And so with common sense, the wood, the plank was very narrow. And so you need the stench to give force. And that's where the problem lies. So I actually looked out for my own safety. But the question for me remains is that, is your oversight just limited to construction sites, or do you go into plant rooms in these hotels, et cetera, and check the safety procedures, et cetera? Because I worked in hotels for a while, and I've seen a lot of a lack of oversight as relates to, especially with the boilers. This is one of the reasons why the boiler blew a big hole in the wall at Crystal Palace. Guys when the mercury switch malfunctions, if it stucks open, then you have water coming into the aeration tank, and then it allows ambient temperature water that comes in. And guys were just walking past and allowing like 70-degree and 90-degree water to go into a 400-degree boiler vessel.
Okay.
And so you get thermal cracking, thermal stress, et cetera, et cetera.
All right, so 52, this is not a regulator. This is the Bahamian Contractors Association, and they're advocating for safety, enhanced safety for all contractors, anybody who works construction. But regulators, that's a different show. But to avoid getting into those problems, attend this fall protection certification course. Right, Adrian?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. I think anything dealing with regulation, it would depend on which area that would be. Something for dealing with, I think, boiler rooms would maybe be Ministry of Works. Something dealing with electricity would definitely be home. That I am unsure on.
Somebody else.
Yes, and we don't want to overspeak.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But this is to avoid what the previous call was talking about and what we were talking about earlier, the just improper headgear, footwear, clothing, especially in the heat, and taking chances up high on basically a toothpick. And we're seeing stuff like this every day.
Yeah, and Dwight, I will say that safety gear is more readily available here in the Bahamas than it has been in past years.
Okay.
So you can go and you can buy the safety hats. You can go and buy the harness. You can go and buy the shirts. You can go and buy basically everything here. You don't have to go and order from, that place that, has the big forest. I'm in marketing. I don't give anyone anything free. Yes.
I appreciate you.
Yes.
All right. So, and again, there's no law requiring the construction company to provide this.
Not that I can speak of.
To their
I will
workers.
have to speak to the president, but not.
We might need to try to go in that direction. Although when it comes to laws in the BCA, boy, that's another show.
Deep breath.
We'll have Letter to Debbie come back to talk about that. But okay, great stuff. Again, that website so people can sign up and for this event on July 18th.
BahamianContractors.org. And it may be easier for persons to call, which is 356-8850. And we have the beautiful Debbie, who is our administrative assistant at BCA. She will be happy to assist. But like I said, once you go to the website, it pops up. It's the first thing that pops up. We made it very easy for you. You go online, you fill out the information, and you sign up. It's July 18th. It's going to be an awesome event. The event is coordinated by LRC. I gave you a briefing of the day. It's going to be excellent. I keep on saying it's air conditioned. That is very important after what happened on Sunday. So we are going to be excited about it. I'm trying to get Dwight to come just so he can see. I think Dwight mentioned he may be making some repairs to his home. So we are going to make sure that Dwight's going to be happy and safe.
Which Dwight is this?
Shh.
But
we don't talk about what we talk about.
But hey, and I hope those people who provide the electricity cooperate with you all on July 18th, so there'll be no issues.
We are speaking good vibes.
Yes.
We are praising the Lord because we're going to be in Epiphany Anglican Church.
Oh, well, yes, of course. Amen.
Yes.
Kindred Carey, thank you so much for being here this morning. Marketing consultant with the Bahamian
for
Contractors
having the
Association.
BCA here and for us to give this wonderful information to the general public. And we know that they're going to take the information and, just come out. So thank you so much, Dwight, for having us.
It's been our pleasure. Happy Independence to you. Have a great one.
Have a beautiful day, everyone.
Okay. We're going to take a break and be back with more Morning Blend Business here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Stay with us.
Onward, upward together, boasting our rich culture, inspiring our young and old. With perseverance, we could win gold. Then lift up your heads to the rising sun. Our heroes left us a race to run. Let's protect our sovereignty, yes, together in harmony. Then say I'm proud to be a Bahamian. Oh, I'm to be a Bahamian. Proud to be a Bahamian. God gave this land to me.
Are you a tourism business owner or ready to become one? At the Tourism Development Corporation, we work with tourism entrepreneurs at every stage, turning ideas into thriving businesses and helping existing ones grow. From business development support and funding opportunities to targeted initiatives and strategic partnerships, we're here to help you take that next step. Build your future in tourism with the Tourism Development Corporation. Visit tdcbahamas.com to learn more.
It may be hot outside, but you can stay cool knowing BOB is backing your summer plans. That's because summer starts with Bank of the Bahamas.
Whether you're paying school fees, planning home improvements, or taking a much-needed vacation, BOB offers the lowest consumer loan rate in the country, and we will beat any rate offered by 1%.
So don't sweat the small stuff. Let BOB help you take care of business so you can get to summer fun. Apply for your BOB summer loan today.
BOB, your bank of solutions.
In the world of business, technology is not a choice, it's a necessity. And for businesses that demand excellence, there's only one choice for unparalleled support and cutting-edge technology. Custom Computers. You have challenges and we have solutions. Computing, networking, storage, and printing for enterprises large and small, aligned with premium brands like HP, Microsoft, Konica Minolta, and more. Get tech done the right way with Custom Computers. Call the know-how.
At Cleveland Clinic, you set your course, not cancer. So when your journey takes an unexpected turn, you seek out the experts who've conquered it before, and you forge new paths to help fight cancers. For every route to a cure, for every care in the world. See how we're innovating cancer care at Cleveland Clinic today.
Hey folks, thanks for your patience. We'll be taking off very shortly. You should be wheels up in about 40 minutes. And due to a bumpy ride, snacks and beverage service has been suspended. AC has given us some trouble, sorry folks. And Wi-Fi is out. And so is the entertainment. Yeah, I'm sorry about the smell, folks. We are aware.
I know.
Just one more quick note. We are going to have to deplane.
Come on! We're like the plane ride that isn't a nightmare. CG Atlantic Agents and Brokers. Good like that.
Planning for retirement can be overwhelming, but with CFAL, it doesn't have to be. We offer tailor-made individual, group, and pension solutions that take the guesswork out of retirement planning. Whether it's for you or your company, don't leave your future to chance and let the trusted hands of CFAL's experts guide you toward peace of mind and financial stability. Low upfront costs and affordable monthly payments make it easy for you to build wealth so you can live well. Visit us at cfal.com to start on your path toward financial freedom. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
022361.
Hey kids, are you ready? It's back! The Jeff Rogers Summer Basketball Camp. July 27th to 31st at the Kendall Isaacs Gym, 2 to 5 p.m. daily. And August 3rd to 8th, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. For boys and girls from 5 to 18. Come enjoy the thrills of the big game alongside NBA legends and current superstars Michael Sweetbells Thompson, Michael Jr., Klay Thompson, Buddy Hield, Muggsy Bogues, and many others. Registration forms available now at the Seventh-day Adventist offices on Tony Williams Darling Highway. The Jeff Rogers Summer Basketball Camp.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect harmony with free financial coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Guess who's back?
It's that time again for the 31st annual Michael Scootery Peace on the Streets Basketball Classic. A player or a fan, you don't want to miss this one. The action starts July 13th at the Hope Center. Log on to peaceonthestreets.com and register. Come on, everybody, we're going! That's the Peace on the Streets Basketball Classic, where we shoot hoops instead of guns. Game time.
Wow, it's 35 years already. Where has the time gone? Look at where we have come from. Caribbean Gas would like to say thank you to our valuable customers and our dedicated staff. Let's celebrate this, our 35th anniversary, from June 16th to July 16th. We will celebrate with you. Giveaways, prizes, and surprises. If you spend $50, you are eligible to win a 100-pound cylinder, 50-inch TV gas stove, AC unit, and much, much more. Visit us on Gladstone Road, Caribbean Gas. It's our 35th anniversary. Let's celebrate!
It is time for a morning business report brought to you by CFAL. According to the Bahamas Pharmaceutical Association and President Dr. Marvin Smith, if insurance coverage provided by Insura Colina Insurance Limited to hundreds of public sector workers has not resumed, his members would find it difficult to provide medications for persons left uninsured. Smith telling Guardian Business yesterday that this would be a challenge On Friday of last week, various public sector unions informed their members that their insurance coverage was suspended. A memorandum from the Bahamas Customs Department dated June 23rd, referencing the suspension of the group insurance on July 3rd. All benefits under the company's plans were suspended until further notice. Director of Communications in the Office of the Prime Minister, Trey Ramming, claimed on Friday afternoon the government had made progress on the matter and that insurance services had resumed. However, officials from Kalina have not confirmed any resumption of coverage. Guardian Business understands that the government owes Kalina over $100 million in unpaid bills. The Bahamas is set to deepen its digital transformation agenda through new technical partnerships with two of the world's leading digital governments, after Minister of Innovation and National Development, Sebastian, secured agreements in principle during a working visit to Geneva. Bastian, who led the Bahamian delegation to the first United Nations-mandated Global Dialogue on Artificial Intelligence Governance and the AI for Good Global Summit, said the government expects to sign the Memoranda of Understanding with Estonia and Singapore in the coming weeks to accelerate the country's digital modernization efforts. And an information technology specialist wants a national conversation on artificial intelligence adoption in the country. Principal at Knowles Consulting Group, Kendrick Knowles, in a statement to Guardian Business, said that if AI is truly a national priority, where is the national conversation? Many technology professionals across the country are eager to contribute to the digital future, but he says there appears to be limited structured engagement with the broader technology community. Read more on that in today's Guardian Business section. Overseas, Facebook and Instagram parent Meta saying Wednesday that it will invest more than $9.1 billion to build its first artificial intelligence data center in Canada, the United States. The facility will be built in Sturgeon County in Alberta and powered by a natural gas-fired plant being developed by a consortium that includes Calgary-based Pembina Pipeline Limited. The Technology and Innovation Minister in Canada calling the project a big deal for Alberta, saying the province has created a regulatory framework to attract data center investment. Alberta has been courting hyperscale data centers as demand for artificial intelligence infrastructure surges, but the rapid growth of AI has fueled concerns about the vast amounts of electricity and water such facilities require, as well as their strain on power grids and nearby communities. Because Alberta's electricity grid cannot support multiple large AI data centers, the province is prioritizing projects that build or secure their own power generation, as Meta plans to do. In your Market Watch recap, Wednesday, your market movers. Arak Port Department Development moving 150 shares, closing at $50.50. Consolidated Water closing up 7 cents to $5.80. Emira Incorporated up 8 cents to $13.09. The BISX All Share Index closing at 3,235.19, up 0.15. That's your Market Watch, and that is your Morning Business Report, brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations. Okay, in our final few minutes here, as promised, looking at what this new program the government is launching, the program to promote safer roads. We learned more about it yesterday at a press conference. Take a listen to this report from our Arnika Bannister.
On the heels of several traffic fatalities, including a tragic crash on Shirley Street that claimed the lives of 5 teenagers, the Ministry of Transport has partnered with the Road Traffic Department and the Royal Bahamas Police Force to ramp up road safety efforts with the launch of the One Life Too Many campaign. Transport Minister Leon Lundy says their aim is to promote and reduce traffic fatalities across the country.
Today, on behalf of the government of the people of the Bahamas, we are launching a national road safety campaign whose name says everything about why it exists. We call it One Life Too Many, because every life lost on our roads is one life too many. Road safety carries no party colors. It does not belong to one ministry or one administration. It belongs to every driver, every passenger, every pedestrian, every cyclist, and every family in this country.
Lundy outlined details of the road safety campaign.
First, we have re-engaged the National Road Safety Committee, and it begins meeting this very month, bringing together the Ministry of Transport, the Ministry of Works, the Royal Bahamas Police Force, the Road Traffic Department, health services, educators, local government, and civil society.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Marino Hines warned motorists that road checks will increase. He pointed to distracted driving, particularly the use of cell phones.
You will certainly see an increased number of road checks, speed checks in both New Providence, Grand Bahama, and eliminate devices that plague us on our streets. The cell phone is the biggest enemy. It is our nemesis. It is ingrained and engraved in our culture, and so we have to find ways and means to combat that by driving without it.
Reporting for the Guardian News Network, I'm Arnika Bannister.
Okay, again, it's the One Life Too Many road safety campaign. Let's get your reaction to what you're hearing about this. And we talk about it all the time, about the need for a campaign for greater education. And very clear that either people don't know the rules or just do not care. But as a texter sent a text earlier based on the conversation we were having with our previous guest who mentioned that many Bahamians will automatically put on seatbelts when they're in other countries, but here many choose not to, which is crazy stuff, right? But the point they were making was that the difference is that the laws are enforced. And you will get a ticket if you're caught by the police not wearing a seatbelt. But the fear of getting into big problems in other countries will lead you to obey the rules. Whereas people here, we've got all these cameras everywhere, but they aren't doing anything. The cameras, only when there's a terrible accident does it seem that anyone goes and looks at the footage. But people every day are violating every traffic law we have on the books and to them. And that alone, if we were to implement what has been promised from ministers like Wayne Monroe, who's been talking about this for more than a year, but we've yet to see it. If this could be implemented, if you could get a ticket for what you just did at that light, this would change everything. It's very simple. It might not be simple to get the cameras working and to have people monitoring this stuff, but this would overnight reduce the chaos we are seeing on the streets. But we don't have the will to deal with it. It doesn't seem so. People are too afraid of getting folks in serious trouble every single day. But this would make the biggest difference in the world. And you could put up a million billboards and run a bunch of PSAs every hour. They're not going to change until they feel it in their pocketbook. You got a ticket. You ran a red light. What you going to do now? Let's get a couple of your messages in before we are out of time. This person says here, come on, Dwight, it's all about collection of taxes. Lives are lost mostly at hours when police are not having road checks. What will they do bringing all these agencies together? What will this change? Those agencies are already supposed to be operating effectively. Alcohol and speed are more of an issue than cell phones. I don't know about that. I'm not sure if that's true, but all of them are a problem. But again, we know the police can't be everywhere. There is technology to deal with these issues, but we're not using it. And we're dragging our feet with implementing the laws that will allow this to be something we can do. This texter says here, with the Minister of Transport, how is increasing the roads and having more roadblocks, how will that stop the speed demons and fatalities? I mean, these are not related. But anyway, are they going to question people if they have a cell phone or are a speed demon? What are you asking? What is your issue? What's your problem? Something has to be done. I don't understand what your problem is. We've got people driving recklessly. We've got people on the cell phones when they should be concentrating. That has to stop. You got a problem with the license fees going up. That's a different story. But you're making excuses now. And this is what's going to happen with everything that's done here. People will say, well, how can you do this when you're not doing that over there? What's that got to do with anything? It is dangerous to be out on the streets of every island in this country because the people just do not care. We've got to address that and attack that immediately. How you feel about something over there, okay, well, you have the right to be angry about it, but that doesn't excuse you from obeying the traffic laws. So everybody's got to just grow up here and do what they're supposed to do and not what they're not supposed to do. This reminds me, we're out of time, but I got to tell you, I mean, and it's not just kids. People love to say it's the young people. It's not. The older drivers are some of the worst. And I don't know if I've ever said it on air before, but we've got a few of the shopping plazas around here who have created some new rules for maneuvering through their parking lots. And clearly, and cannot understand signs. You can just look around the parking lot and see what this person doesn't know what that arrow means. But there was a lady last week. I mean, she parked her car under a sign that says no parking. She got up and walked out and went to a store. And I pulled up alongside and said, hey, lady, you can't park there. And she wanted to curse me out. But this is what we're dealing with. People who believe they are above the law and don't give a crap about anybody else. Until that changes, we're in big problems. And that's most of you out there. It's just wild. But we'll pray. We'll pray. That's what we'll continue to do. Be safe this Independence weekend. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of madness out there. A lot of people looking for trouble. I pray that you avoid it. Happy Independence, Bahamas. I'll be back on Monday with more Morning Blend and Morning Blend Business. Thanks to Laverne Gardner for being here. Hopefully her internet is back up and running. And hopefully our electricity stays on across the country this Independence weekend. Stay tuned for On the Clock with Aaron Green coming up next.
Now go, pride about the beauty. Tell them we friendly. Oh, tell them we proud of the country. Tell them they